Today on Running to Him.
The person who is righteous and practices justice and righteousness shall live. Today we will read Ezekiel chapters 16 through 18 and concentrate on chapter 18 verses 4 through 9. Ezekiel 18:4 through 9 says, "Behold, all souls are mine. The soul of the Father as well as the soul of the Son is mine. The soul who sins will die. But if a man is righteous and practices justice and righteousness, and does not eat at the mountain shrines, or lift up his eyes to the idols of the house of Israel, or defile his neighbor's wife, or approach a woman during her menstrual period, if a man does not oppress anyone, but restores to the debtor his pledge, does not commit robbery, but gives his bread to the hungry, and covers the naked with clothing, if he does not lend money on interest or take increase, if he keeps his hand from iniquity, and executes true justice between man and man, if he walks in my statutes and in my ordinances so as to deal faithfully, he is righteous and will surely live, declares God." Now there's a debate between Protestants, Roman Catholics, and Eastern Orthodox regarding what it takes to be declared righteous in God's eyes. The Protestants would generally claim the theological principle called sola fides, meaning only faith. The Roman Catholics and Eastern Orthodox concentrate on performing religious practices such as baptism, Holy Communion, fasting, etc. The Protestant might give lip service to those religious practices, but falls back on the only faith. The Roman Catholic and Eastern Orthodox would certainly mention or encourage faith, but emphasizes the spiritual work that one must do. I would like to propose a different solution. Genesis 15, verses 5 and 6 says, "And he took him outside and said, Now look towards the heavens, and count the stars, if you're able to count them. And he said to him, So shall your descendants be. Then he believed in the Lord, and he reckoned to him righteousness." Now, most Protestants see this as proof that only faith is required to be declared righteous, and a shallow reading of that verse might allow that. But let's look at the context. God is telling Abraham that he will have a son. Abraham responds by telling God that he doesn't have a son and suggests that God means it could be Eleazar of Damascus. Then God says an extraordinary thing. He says, "Your heir will come from your body." God is not going to allow Eleazar to be Abraham's heir. God will not allow another created human being out of the ground as he did with Adam, but instead he's going to give Abraham an heir through Abraham's works. Now, we might be thinking that having sexual intercourse cannot be considered work. It's more like fun. But in God's view, Abraham is acting on his faith that God will give him an heir from Abraham's own body, Genesis 15:4. The book of James makes the same kind of argument when recounting the story of Abraham and Isaac in James 2, verses 21 through 22, when he writes, "Was not Abraham our father justified by works when he offered up Isaac from a son at the altar? You see that faith was working with his works, and as a result of the works, faith was perfected." Paul, in Romans chapter 4, argues that faith occurred before works, but works did occur after faith. So we can see in our walk with Christ that we first have faith, and that faith brings out the works that God has for us. Works are linked in a way that when people look at us, they should see both simultaneously. Faith without works is dead. Works without faith are futile.
Thank you for listening. We pray that today's devotion was meaningful to you. We would love to hear from you. You can use either Facebook or YouTube to like, subscribe, share, and tell others about us. If you would like to contact us, you can reach me at phineasjacobus@runningtohim.net.